The Greek Titaness was represented by a wooden statue, bound in golden chains. It had a body of a woman, and a bottom half of a fish tail, which is found amongst the classical mermaid depictions. She was considered a daughter of Oceanus and Tethys, the third wife of Zeus, and mother of the Charites, also known as the Three Graces. The prefix of her name Eury means wide, and nome is considered to be of Proto-Indo-European, and speculated by language scholars, to mean pastures or wanderer, and ruler. Therefore her name represents the wandering goddess of wide pastures. Robert Graves, an English poet, novelist, and Celtic student of Irish mythology, considered EURYNOME to be connected to the moon, and therefore show aspects of other lunar goddesses. This is not surprising, as according to Pausanias' account, the people of Phigalia considered EURYNOME to be a surname for the goddess Artemis. I personally believe it's just another title that a certain goddess has amongst the many other titles and personas she has taken on throughout several different cultures, rituals and creation myths. EURYNOME, the fish-tail goddess, was worshipped in Arcadia as the watery Artemis. Although historical scholars don't quite understand the connection between EURYNOME, the mermaid depiction of her, and the goddess of the moon and hunt, Artemis, this video will show you the connection, once we have taken a look at the other mermaid legends first. Hang in there, it will make sense soon. Let's continue. EURYNOME was considered, amongst her devout followers, to be the nomad goddess searching for pasture land, or land that has been distributed, for the use of domestic animals. She therefore has striking similarities to the Celtic goddess Danu, and even Ser, that wandered on the seas, and governed her people to Ireland, bringing the first sheep to the Emerald Island. Ser was considered the granddaughter of Noah, and was not allowed to board to Ark, more on her story later. According to the Pelasgian creation and origin myth, EURYNOME is a supreme creatrix, the goddess of all things, who rises naked from chaos, to part sea from sky, so that she can dance upon the waves. Catching the north wind at her back, and rubbing it between her hands, she warms the pneuma, and spontaneously generates the serpent Ophion, who mates with her. In the form of a dove upon the waves, she lays the cosmic egg, and bids Ophion to incubate it by coiling 7 times around, until it splits in two, and hatches all things that exist. Ophion begins to boast that he has created all things, without giving any credit to his mother on mating partner. In disgust, EURYNOME kicks him down from Olympus into the underworld. In another Cretan myth, which is a Greek myth, it states that the serpent Ophion and his wife EURYNOME were the first rulers on Mount Olympus, and Rhea and Kronos overpowered them, and threw them down from the summit of Mount Olympus, becoming its new rulers. This isn't the only tale that speaks of a wrestling, or even war in the heavens for the position of rulership. This tale is as old as time, and is mentioned in the lost and forgotten books of Eden, particularly the book of Adam and Eve. It is written in the second book of Enoch, also called the Book of the Secrets of Enoch, where it mentions Satanael, one of the first created angels, trying to rise above the stars of heaven on day 2 of creation and being tossed from the heavens to the bottomless pit in the earth, with the class of angels underneath his rulership. It's written in Revelations, where the dragon and his angels made war on Michael and his angels, and was also tossed to the earth. Part of the fallen state mythology is also mentioned in many other creation myths. Such as in Hindu mythology, the Devas threw the Asuras of the summit of a mountain, and reigned supreme under the rulership of Indra, much like Zeus throwing Kronos and the Titans into Tartarus, not to mention. The archenemy of Indra was a serpent called Vritra, or Danava, whom was a son of the goddess Danu, which is a daughter of Daksha. When I read up on all of these creation myths, and similar tales to the serpent, dragon's fall from his previous position in the heavens, I couldn't help but notice the similarities between Danu and her serpent son Vritra, as well as EURYNOME and her serpent son Ophion, which all correlates to the Orphic creation myth, and Gnostic religion of Pistis Sophia, and Yaldabaoth the demiurge, which in itself lead to the similarities of the Samael and Lilith satirical text.